Hi everybody, it's Dave from Wing Chun Mind Force. Just a short bus video today. I did a yoga session with my teacher last night, and I haven't practiced yoga for a few months. And it reminded me just how brilliant yoga is and how much it reminds me of internal Wing Chun. And the reason I say that is because yoga done properly internally, and it's funny, that's actually quite a bit like the way Wing Chun is often wrongly practiced as an external physical art. Yoga's often practiced as purely a stretching, flexibility exercise, fitness exercise, whereas real yoga, ancient yoga, is about yoking your mind and your body together so that they work in perfect harmony, using the rear brain, using that what we call the Nim Dao. I don't really know if there's a word in yoga for it. I should find that out. But the school that I practice in is called Iyengar Yoga. It's a worldwide school of yoga, and it was founded by Mr. BKS Iyengar many years ago. He wrote a famous book called Light on Yoga. He was an incredible practitioner. I never got to meet him, but my teacher, everybody who's taught me yoga had met him. But my teacher at present, Julie Dixon, who's been hugely influential on me, has been to India many times and practiced with him. He passed away well into his 90s a few years ago. But it's all about using that rear brain, stopping thinking, feeling everything. And last night we did what's called pranayama, which is prana is essentially chi. It's the Sanskrit word for chi. And the teacher was saying things that were just straight out of Chu Shong Tin's book. It was like, make a mind map of your body, essentially, was she was saying, don't think, just feel everything, put your mind into your energy body, she was calling it, and empty your body of consciousness and feel the flow. And it's really the point of me telling you about this yoga is I think it's sort of a missing component for us. I've always thought this. I actually started practicing yoga back in 98, which was a year after I started Wing Chun under Master Jim Fung. So they both went hand in hand for me, but at the time and still today, it surprises me when I think about yoga. Yoga feels like it's missing something, and I think it's the warrior component that it's missing. I think it originally was used by warriors, and same as Wing Chun. Wing Chun Kung Fu feels like it's missing that deep body practice, which involves flexibility and relaxing and letting go, and a lot of things that are in yoga greatly improve your Wing Chun. That's my experience. The more you can really release your body into its natural power, which is what yoga really does. This Iyengar yoga just gets to it's unbelievable how it gets into your every part of your body and sort of wrings you out and releases all the tension and stretches you, and it gets rid of negative things, and it probably gets rid of toxins and all sorts of stuff. But I feel it's a sort of the balance to the warrior art of Wing Chun, which I think of sometimes as warrior yoga. Like, for me, Wing Chun is the warrior side that was lost out of yoga. And I met a great yogi many years ago, incredible dude, called Shandor Ramit. And he told me that he practiced a Japanese sword art, but he said that it was important for a real yoga practitioner to find a true traditional ancient Asian martial art. He was going to Japan, Of course, Wing Chun's Chinese, but these ancient arts all have that yogic component. If you think about the founder of Kung Fu by legend, Bodhidharma, called Dharma in Japan, he was said to be an Indian yogi who came to China and brought Zen, his sort of take on things, which is really simply don't use the front brain, get into the Nim Dao. You know, that's really what Zen's about, simplifying it, but that is really what it's about, not using that frontal brain. So Kung Fu by legend came out of yoga. This man Bodhidharma taught the Shaolin monks Kung Fu, taught them these different practices. So that's my thought for today. If you haven't checked it out, have a look at it. And if you're a guy, don't be fooled by this idea that yoga is somehow for lovely flexible women in tight pants. That's just a Western sort of trip. But yoga is really a warrior art, and women are very good at it, but sometimes women are too flexible and they can miss the deeper mind side. And my teachers said to me often, you know, you're stiff, I'm not very flexible. But she said, I can see the prana in you, I see the mind moving. And she often points me out to the students. So Wing Chun's done that for me. Wing Chun's taught me how to use the mind, and the yoga teacher can see it. She's like, oh, look at that, you know, look what he's doing. So there'll be more about yoga from me in the future. At the moment, I'm just getting back into practicing it more devotedly, as I'm really determined to practice much more of my Wing Chun and just, you know, carry myself on. But I want the same for you. So I'm just saying, you know, I'll be talking about fitness and weight training and running and all those things. I think they're all good. But yoga, wow, yoga's a very powerful practice. And if you can get into it, you won't regret it. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.